Hi Neha, how are you?
I'm great, ma'am, as usual. And how about you?
I am doing good. Thank you so much
Okay.
for asking. Little under the weather, but it's fine.
Oh,
You
so
tell me what's up?
yeah, ma'am, doing well. But you are telling that you are not doing well. So is it because of
Yeah,
weather
yeah,
fluctuation?
absolutely fine.
Hmm.
Absolutely fine.
Yes, it is a normal thing these days. Everyone is getting affected due to all these symptoms.
Actually, weather is changing.
Hmm.
Yeah, the
Yes,
weather is changing due to which, in case
yes,
if
ma'am.
you are not able to take care of yourself, then you will have
Hmm.
to bear with it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, how was the break? I heard you wanted a break last time we were
Yeah,
discussing about it.
it was a very small, short break. I could not live without my sessions with my tutors, so I joined again and I am here. But I didn't feel like doing anything else apart from these sessions because as I often want to do something constructive and productive, so I think. It's the best option to sit in front of you and having intellectual and meaningful, fruitful discussions, getting so many vocabulary words. So this is it.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, today's session is also very interesting because your
Hmm.
topic is very interesting. So, have you seen
Pets.
your topic?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Pets. Do
Yes,
you
ma'am.
have a pet?
No, ma'am. Here, not like here in Mohali. I don't have any pet, but yes, if Himachal, yes, we do have a pet dog.
Wow, that's really nice. Okay, great. So, if you do not have any question, we can straight away jump to the topic.
I always have questions, but I want to keep it for the no ending session because I have a small query. First we will do with our session or discussion. I want to be relaxed. So first let's just
Okay.
discuss the topic. Yes.
Sure. So, here is the first question since you already told me that you have pet. So, what do you think about caging animals? Caging animals is a cruel act. What are your views on this statement?
Okay, ma'am. Yes, definitely. Caging animals is not pleasant um, thing or action, but yes, it depends. It depends. If I talk about keeping animals as pet, as we normally keep dogs or cats as pets, so that is not a problematic stuff, I would say. But yes, I just want to say here like I think it's a natural tendency. Every animate being resent restrictions, be it human beings, animals, birds. Everyone wants to live in. Everyone wants to enjoy freedom. Because these days I'm working on my habits. I'm trying to cultivate reading habits. So I was going through one paragraph, and it was mentioned there that if you block growth of any plant, somehow it will pierce through that blockage. Or if we try to confine a bird or an animal in a room or in a cage, so it will definitely try to get breakthrough or try to find a way to be free. And we will, like, we can see that it will moving here and there restlessly, because urge to be free or the urge of freedom is inborn. We can't deny this fact. So definitely I am not in favor of caging animals, but yes, I think caging is a different term, and when we keep any animal as pet, that is a different thing. So I don't do not want to mix both of the things. I am not a pet lover, to be very honest. So yes, but it doesn't mean that I don't like animals. I do like. My reason why I do not keep any animal as a pet, because I think I'm not able to take care of animals. Here I live in an apartment. It's 2 BHK. I don't think it. I don't find it suitable to keep any pet because they have their requirements. We need to take care of. If we keep any pet, actually they need all that care that we need. as a human being. They need
Absolutely.
all the medical facilities, all kind of good facilities. So I think I'm not able to keep any pet here. But yes, if I talk about native place, it's like spacious place there. So that is the reason we have a dog there, and he is free. Actually, he is free there. He moves wherever he wants to go. So that is a different thing. So and second thing, why I don't keep any pet, ma'am, because I have that fear of losing them. I do not
Hmm.
want to, because I get attached very soon. And
Emotional
when
attachment.
yes, ma'am, this yes, ma'am. So I do not want to bear that pain of losing anything that is near, that is close to my heart. So this is my reason actually.
I fully understand what you said, and I believe that whosoever you know, if I am keeping a pet or you are keeping a pet, we all have some kind of sense of companionship because many
Yes.
people
Yes.
enjoy having pets for companionship. And
Right.
different animals can make great addiction. So, for example, I have heard a lot of Brahmin families I have seen they have parrots. I'm not very sure
Huh.
whether I'm right or wrong, but
Yes.
I had
Yes.
my two, three, four friends in my school days, and I got to know that they always have a parrot in the house. They
Hmm.
always keep a parrot. So
Hmm.
I don't know what is the logic behind, but yeah, so that is the reason I felt that it make great addictions to a
Hmm.
household. And also, I feel common pets, including like dogs, fish,
Hmm.
cat, and some like hamsters, rabbits.
Hmm.
Some people actually keep
Hmm.
them.
Yes.
Some people
Hmm.
actually keep those white mouse.
Yes.
So again, the decision to keep a pet, um, it should be purely based on a careful consideration. What I personally,
Yes.
there are so many factors, time commitment. If you're not able to give them time, please don't
Yes.
keep them.
Hmm.
Financial resources, and any kind of ability. If you're not able to meet the specific needs of the chosen pet, I believe you should not keep them. And
Exactly.
caging them is, again,
Hmm.
it's a question because
Hmm.
let's say if I have a Doberman or if I have a bulldog, I think it is better to cage them because they may harm anybody because they don't know
Hmm.
whether the person who is coming in my house is my relative or is, in
Yes.
case if
Stranger.
somebody is coming to my house for the very first time, and if that
Hmm.
person looks suspicious, so nobody can help
Hmm.
anybody.
Yes.
So that can also be again be a dangerous situation. So I think
Hmm.
put them in cage. So it all depends upon which animal you have, which breed you have, and then you are putting them in cage, that makes sense,
Hmm.
right? So, yeah, good conversation. Let's move on to the next question.
Yes.
So, do you support the act of grooming animals for circus?
Okay. Now it has also two aspects. One, if we see, like circus provides employment job options to so many people. Actually, this is
Hmm.
their way of earning. So if we see in that perspective, okay, they like they are trying to meet their ends. So it's their occupation or it's their way of making money. But another side is that when they train animals, it's not a very smooth thing. They obviously training, the training part is obviously very I think it's full of punishments. They, it's not easy to train animals the way human being want. So it is going to be very harsh and full of that cruelty for animals actually. And moreover, when they during their show time, when they're presenting any show, or animals are pressurized, or animals are supposed to do all those tricks. All those tricks, they actually don't make any sense to these animals, but they have to perform there. They are being trained for those very shows. So who knows, at that very moment that elephant or that monkey actually wants to perform or not. But if they don't perform there, obviously they are going to get punished, that too very badly. So I don't support this act. I don't support. I think they
But
should.
first of all, I'm so sorry to barge you in. I think this conversation is going somewhere else. What do you understand by grooming?
Okay, grooming. Okay, your question was grooming. Yes, ma'am. But you know what? As I misunderstood, as I just, I did not get this word, or I somehow
Okay.
I did not hear. So
Okay.
grooming, it is not going to be positive for each and everyone. It depends on those human beings who are actually, dealing with those animals. Maybe some of them are quite lenient, or they have that love for animals, but not everyone has. We are not like, I do not want to go for any emotional side, or I want to be very practical and realistic, because I have witnessed, we have read so many news, and we have hear so many news. So it's not only about very happy grooming in circus. It's not only about happy grooming. Yes, if they get all the things they require, and if they are being taken care in a very good way, that is perfectly fine. But yes, if they are being tortured, if they are being punished, so it's not acceptable. So we have to, I think we have to consider both the sides, positive also, negative.
Exactly. Absolutely. Because if I talk about grooming, it can include the activities like, brushing, bathing, nail trimming, cleaning their teeth. I think
Exactly.
this is all, these all activities contribute to any animal's health and, of course, well-being as well. Because
Yes.
again, a proper a
Hmm.
nutritious food must be
Hmm.
provided to any kind of pet, I would say. And it can actually, once you do these activities, it can strengthen the bond also between the pet and its owner. But if I talk about especially circus, because why they groom them, it's the very first thing. It is a debatable topic itself
Hmm.
because I don't find it ethical, of course,
Yes.
because tying some animal, putting them in
Hmm.
circus after then giving them stress, different living conditions wherein they are not used to, and of course some mistreatment is also there if they are not doing what they are saying,
Hmm.
beating them, they are trying to scare them. So I think grooming and training for circus, I
Hmm.
personally believe it is actually pretty detrimental
Hmm.
to the situation of animals or to their
Yes.
well-beings, because
Right.
they are not made for circus.
Hmm.
So they should live freely, they should live their life as they want.
Yes.
So I am totally against this, but
Same.
at the same time, if I feel that if I have a pet and I am grooming my pet, but not
Hmm.
for circus purpose, so I
Circus.
think my bond would be more strong. And I think it's important as well because there can be numerous diseases, when we take them out. It could be
Hmm.
a they can also be infected. So regular visits to veteran, regular grooming is absolutely
Yes.
important, right?
Right, ma'am. Right.
Great. So let's move on to the next question. Is it good to leave kids alone with pets?
No, not at all. I don't favor this one, because after all, they are animals.
Hmm.
They don't have that power of thinking, in a rational manner, or they don't like, they cannot think like us.
Hmm.
So they are animals. We can't rely completely on them. They don't know what is wrong, what is right. They have not that sense of you have to complete this blank. They have not sense of.
Um, okay. Today itself, I saw a video on LinkedIn wherein there was
Hmm.
a dog and he was carrying his master who
Hmm.
was on a wheelchair, and master did not have any hands and legs, and he was carrying him everywhere on the road.
Okay.
So, and when it comes to kids,
Hmm.
of course, not like you said, they can be intelligent, they can be well trained, but
Well
pet is
trained.
a pet.
Yes.
We can't trust them.
Hmm.
They can do anything anytime, and
Yes,
then
ma'am.
we won't be able to do anything. So leaving kids alone with them, it cannot be any kind of positive experience in
Positive
my
experience.
perspective.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
feel, and also I think age of the child must also be kept in the
Okay.
kept
Hmm.
in mind. The type of animal, the kind of temperament you have for your
Hmm.
pet. Not you have. I think the pet. the temperament of the pet is more important. I personally feel, in case if you are taking care of them in the house, they will be very close to you. And if
Hmm.
anybody comes to you, they will try to bite
Huh.
them, they will try to hit them.
Hate them.
So it had happened with me because I had a pet in my maternal house and we had to put him to the transport because he became so dangerous. I used to
Hmm.
take 3 classes that point in time. So whenever I used to come back, I always used to cook something and we always used to take some
Hmm.
class and they used to give us the bite so that you can show it at home what you have learned today.
Hmm.
And the moment I used to open the tiffin, he used to eat whatever is there, he used to gulp it. So, and later
Okay.
on, of course, if someone is, pointing finger at me, we were just playing this game.
Huh.
We were pointing finger. I mean, my brothers were pointing
Hmm.
fingers at me, and
Huh.
he was trying to bite everybody.
Right.
And he
Right.
actually hit my brother so badly. Then we decided
Hmm.
to just give him away in the
Yes.
transport, and I don't know what happened to him after that. But
Hmm.
then after that, I did not keep a pet.
Yes, ma'am. It is because they are animals. They are animals,
Hmm.
so we can't rely on them. So no, never.
Yeah, of course, companionship happens. I mean, pets do provide companionships, and this can
Yes.
particularly be important for the individuals who feel very lonely or isolated. And that is the reason people who are staying alone, they always keep a dog with them. A
Yes.
dog or cat, some kind of
Huh.
emotional well-being is there, some kind of companionship is there. They take some responsibility since they are all alone, so they get some kind of responsibility that they
Hmm.
have to take care of that pet. So some kind of activity is also going on. So I think for that matter it is fine, but keeping
Yes, ma'am.
children with them, leaving children with them all alone, even I am not in favor of that.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, as you mentioned, ma'am, companionship. So also, like research has also shown that petting a dog lowers stress hormone. I think it was maybe cortisol, name of hormone. I'm not sure about that. And when we have interaction with our pets, be it dogs or cats, it increases feel good hormone. And it's been
Mhm.
yes, research has shown that. And the feel good hormone, it is oxytocin kind of hormone. I am not
Mhm.
sure that I'm pronouncing name in a correct way.
Mhm.
It's the same hormone that bonds mothers to babies.
Mhm.
So no doubt, there is a sense of companionship, but at the same time we have to be cautious, we have to be careful. So we
Absolutely.
cannot take them for granted. So that's what I
Absolutely.
believe.
Pets are stress busters. Even I
Hmm.
feel pets are stress busters. But we
Yes.
cannot rely them completely. Like
Yes.
you said, they are animals. They can do anything. They don't have any sense that you are trying to give them, no matter how much you are training them or
Hmm.
how much training you give to them. But it is not always important that they would behave in the same manner.
Same
Sometimes
manner.
if they are not in the mood,
Yes.
they can bite you. I mean, I've seen so many videos online, and
Yes.
nowadays in Mohali itself, I mean, yesterday I have seen 44 dogs or
Oh.
some numbers were given, and they are just roaming around on roads and they are biting people.
Hmm.
And then one day I heard that a man who was 35 or 45, I guess, he came out of the
Hmm.
house and just dog attacked him, or he just acted to attack, and he got a heart
Hmm.
attack and he died on the spot.
Oh, yes. I've also heard the same news. Yes.
He got a heart attack. I mean, I couldn't
Right.
believe he got a heart attack.
Yes, ma'am.
Seriously.
Actually, you never know where you are going. You are all alone. Suddenly, a dog runs towards you and it just bites. How? Like, just imagine. It's the worst situation. So,
I
yes.
know.
Hmm. So, it is really
I
matter of thinking.
One second, the file got
Hmm.
closed.
Okay. It was last question, no? Maybe.
I think two more questions were there.
I have taken a screenshot. Yes,
Yeah.
it was.
So yeah, I was saying, I was talking about that man who was 35,
Hmm.
40, I guess. When I heard that he got a heart attack, I mean, I was like, I got a shock of my life. And,
Yes.
it was not acceptable at all just because of,
Correct.
some random dog, some street dog. If somebody is getting a heart attack, I think, people should be thinking about this. It's what's going on.
Yes,
Anyways,
ma'am.
two more questions are left, as I said. Okay, so second last question. What are the benefits of interacting with pets for a long time? I think we have already discussed it,
Yes,
but
ma'am. Right.
overall, anything that to summarize this?
Same as research has also proved that when
Mhm.
we spend time with our pets, obviously our stress level decreases, and we feel happy, and that goody goody feeling. So no
Good.
doubt, but yes. So that is it,
Feel
ma'am.
good. Right.
Yes.
The last question. What are the things you should consider before getting a pet bird?
But okay, I am not going to keep a pet bird because birds are, I guess, they are made to fly high in the sky. God has given them wings. Who are we to, you know, to cage them? It's not acceptable at all. I would request to each and everyone, don't just keep birds at homes in those cages. Let them fly high. So this is my answer to this question, ma'am.
Great. Everything was good. I just would like to give you two pointers here because I forgot to give you this feedback
Mhm.
earlier. And this happened in the first question only, where you
Okay.
were talking about animals as pets,
Mhm.
animals
Yes.
as pets.
Mhm.
Okay, and tendency, no, tendency.
Tendency. Ah,
Yeah.
right.
So the
Tendency.
pronunciation was not correct, so that is the
Yes.
reason.
Tendency.
Okay. Um. Yeah. Let me close the file. Yeah. So, yes, madam, your question.
Yes, ma'am. Because I'm here to groom, to polish my communication skills, and we often forget that communication skills is not only about speaking skills, it also includes writing skills. So I want you to give some tips, because whenever I try to write any email or any professional kind of message, I feel like I'm not that able to find good words, that official or professional vocabulary words. So I want you to enlighten me, like how to become an efficient or proficient writer. Not that author, but yes, how we can choose good vocabulary words when it comes to write a message, simple message. Some tips and tricks to enhance our writing skills also.
Okay. So, first of all, we need to understand what kind of writing we are talking about here, because email writing is different, letter writing is
Different.
different,
It is
message writing is different altogether. And that too, also, when you are writing in professional environment is different. When you are writing for for a purpose, that is different. So, like
different.
blog, some home assignments, some homework, classwork, some kind of project work, some kind of some submissions, project submissions for
Hmm.
students. So for I personally believe that everything must be organized, whether it's emails or whether it's any kind of writing. The things must be organized in the sense. So, for example, if I only talk about email, it has to be a proper subject line, then whatever
Hmm.
tone you have taken for emails. If it's an informal one, then informal text. For example, if I'm writing an email to you, so I was like, Dear Neha, but
Huh.
let's say, I want to be very formal, then I would say, you know, Mrs. Neha Rana or Miss Neha Rana, the way you are trying to pronounce yourself. If your salutation is Miss, Mrs., if I know, if I don't know, then I would say Miss. So, dear
Miss.
Miss, I would use everything, whatever I can, just to show my formal environment, my formal communication with you. Also, I think, like I said, the structure must be organized. Problems must not be there. Whomsoever you are sending the messages, you should know that person's capability. That is called, you should know your audience. And of course, the closing in writing has to be polite. But if I talk about general writing and whatever kind of writing, my first point is always clarity in communication for whatever
Hmm.
purpose you're writing. I think 7 C's, you must have heard about it.
Yes,
We
ma'am.
should always go for 7 C's in communication. Whatever, how much you can make it, please follow 7 C's. This is something very important whenever it comes in writing. Even in speaking, also, I personally feel, because communication is speaking also, writing also. Okay, so
Hmm.
it's very important that you should follow seven C's. I
Hmm.
personally feel that clarity must be there, and
Hmm.
whatever information you are giving, that should be based upon the fact. In case if you are telling about, just the guesswork, so make sure that you choose your words nicely. I would prefer no plagiarism, but in case if you are copying it from somewhere, then it has to be a proper reference given.
Hmm.
Plus,
Okay.
you have to give your writing, like you said, it can be, if it is a simple message, then what? A
Hmm.
simple message can be of 4 lines, can be of 10 lines. You have to
Nice.
give your engaging communication must be there so
Hmm.
people can understand your tone. Because let's say if you are sending me some message and I am already very angry on any,
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
will read the message as per my temper.
Yes.
Right? I would not read it how Neha has sent it. No matter how much,
Hmm.
whatever you write, I will read it with my temperament. Right? So
Hmm.
that is the reason writing does not have that physical touch, physical tone, that polite tone, emotional tone that is always there in speaking. Plus, I
Hmm.
feel that sentence structures must be in such a way wherein your audience can accept it, whomsoever you are sending the messages, and before sending, make sure that you revise it. So
Yes.
that is absolutely important. I think these are the tips that you can focus, and I believe you're good to go.
Yes, ma'am. Only one thing. Subject. When we mention like email writing, in email writing, there is like we have to mention subject. Many people these days, I am also getting mails to have conversations with them. So I want you to tell
I
what should be
saw
the subject. Huh.
I saw in your video there was one lady speak with Kanchi.
Yes.
That girl had a
Yes.
session with me. That girl had a
Okay,
session with
Kanchi.
me. Yeah,
Okay,
I think her
so
name is Kanchan, but
Ka-
she mentions as her channel's name is Speak with Kanchi or something.
Kanchi. Okay, yes. So, right. So, am planning, I am trying to schedule a session with her maybe tomorrow. So,
Okay.
ma'am, when we just imagine if I want to have conversation, this kind of conversation with someone. So, what should be the subject? Sometimes I too get confused. What to mention in the subject?
You should always understand one thing, Neha. What is the purpose of your communication? So,
Okay.
for example, if I have bought a headset from your
Hmm.
showroom and that headset is not working, that Bluetooth is not connecting, after 2 days, I found that it is not working. So, the
Hmm.
purpose that I bought it for, it is of no use. And let's say I wrote an email, you said there is a number given on the website, you just write it.
Hmm.
Sorry. I wrote my message and I said headset not working.
Huh.
Okay, this is my subject line. If
Okay.
I say urgent, headset not working.
Hmm.
But if I said your headset is not working, I am very upset. Let's say this everything I'm writing in the subject line.
Huh.
Now, all
Yes.
three messages are not solving the purpose that you are complaining. What I have to do, a person who is reading a message, I don't know what to do. Unless you
Hmm.
write this in this model number, this in this headset, and then you was like complain and refund. So now the person, whosoever customer service agent would read it, oh, this is a complaint and it's a refund case. Let me read the email. What is the problem? Now,
Yes.
inside I can mention. So it has to hit the nail hard. Whatever your
Right.
message is, it has to go across because subject is the only line through which you would be able to give them a perfect message that what is your next, where are you heading towards, or what is this email all about. Otherwise, it will be lying in your spam folder or probably, nobody will,
Exactly. Hmm.
right?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you
Okay.
so much.
Any
Thank you so much,
uh,
ma'am.
pleasure is all mine, Neha. Take good care of yourself and have a great evening ahead.
Yeah.
Bye.
You too, ma'am. Bye bye.